Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
Guy with a job. I have a job though. So who would you fight next?
Guess what? And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point.
Why are you coming back? I can make $200 million in 18 months.
Some interviewers think they can corner black celebrities with tricky questions, but not everyone plays along. From shutting down nonsense to flipping the script, these stars know how to take control of the conversation. Whether it's calling out hidden agendas or refusing to follow the media's narrative, they leave interviewers speechless. Get ready for some of the most savage, unfiltered moments caught on camera. Starting with Candace Owens, with fire in her voice, she called out what she sees as society's biggest lie, that a man can become a woman or vice versa. She wasn't just disagreeing, she was rejecting the whole idea.
My whole thing is I will keep saying the truth and I will scream the truth louder than they can scream the lies. We live in a society right now where everyone's being lied to. It's crazy. People are calling you names for saying a man is a man. It's heteronormative, whatever these phrases that these psychologists came up with. Normative. I was reading some of Magnus Hirschfeld's work. Sigmund Freud, another freak. You learn about him in school, you don't know. He's got real issues and created psychoanalysis to cover for all of his pedophile friends, among them it being a man named Wilhelm Fliess, who was also a doctor who molested his own son.
You get too deep in the facts. You don't just know cool gay people. You don't just know cool trans people.
First off, if one component of our friendship is I have to lie to you about who you are, we're not friends. So I'm not gonna pretend a man is a woman and a woman is a man ever. And I hope that by me saying it with my chest, saying that, it gives permission to all of the other people who know this is BS and it's not gonna end anywhere good. I hope it invites you to do the same thing.
But not necessarily about lying, more so just about acceptance.
I don't want to accept lies that are harming children.
To her, this belief isn't just wrong, it's dangerous, especially for kids. She slammed the pressure to go along with it, saying people are forced to accept things they don't believe in. And she didn't stop there. Owens took aim at modern psychology, calling out figures like Freud. In her view, they created ideas that don't help people, but instead protect those doing harm. When the interviewer suggested being more accepting, Owens didn't flinch. If friendship means lying about who someone is, then I won't pretend. To her, truth comes first, no matter what. She hopes her words give others the courage to speak up too. Because, as she sees it, staying silent is just another way of giving in. On the list, Denzel Washington had a strong message for the media. Stop rushing to be first and start focusing on the truth. He didn't sugarcoat it. In his eyes, the race to break news quickly leads to false stories that ruin trust and harm real people.
There's a lot of buzz about this fake news. You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what'd they say? I was running for president? No, I voted.
No,
what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched
yeah. What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at. Including BS.
You told me last
Okay.
Denzel made it clear. The media has a duty to be accurate and honest. Sensational headlines might get clicks, but at what cost? He warned reporters not to take their responsibility lightly. Being first means nothing if you're wrong, he stressed. He pointed out a dangerous trend. When false stories spread, people start accepting lies as normal. That's not just bad journalism, it's bad for society. He urged the media to stop feeding the cycle of misinformation. Denzel wasn't just talking, he was challenging journalists to do better. Tell the truth even if it takes longer, he insisted. To him, honesty isn't just a goal, it's the media's job. His words weren't just a warning, they were a wake-up call. Because in a world full of noise, the truth should always come first. But wait, the list didn't end there. Morgan Freeman didn't hold back when a reporter brought up race. He shut down the idea that race controls success or wealth. To him, mindset and determination matter way more.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No,
You don't?
no, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is a problem.
Look at us, he said, using himself and the reporter as proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? If you want something, go after it. Freeman didn't deny that race is an issue, but he was tired of how much it's talked about. It's on the news every day, he said, but sometimes I just want to move on. He believed constantly bringing it up only makes it a bigger problem than it needs to be. He compared it to religion, saying people sometimes use race as an excuse for not getting where they want to be. In his eyes, success isn't about where you come from, it's about what you do. Freeman wasn't saying ignore reality. He just believed progress happens when people focus on pushing forward instead of staying stuck in the conversation. His message was clear. Stop overthinking the problem and start working towards success. Next up, a heated moment that will leave you in shock. During an interview about Django Unchained, Samuel L. Jackson decided to put reporter Jake Hamilton in a tough spot. When Hamilton asked about the controversy over the movie's use of the N-word, Jackson didn't let him dodge it. Instead, he pushed back. "What word?" Jackson asked, staring him down.
You know, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
No, nobody, none. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it. You want to move on to another question?
Okay. Awesome. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
Hamilton hesitated, clearly uncomfortable. "Oh, I don't want to say it," he replied, but Jackson wasn't letting him off the hook that easily. Try it, he teased, turning up the pressure. The reporter glanced around nervously, even looking to his producers for help. "Do I really have to?" he asked. Jackson held his serious expression for a moment, then finally burst into laughter. "Want to move on to another question?" he joked, giving Hamilton a way out. The moment was both awkward and hilarious, showing Jackson's sharp wit and bold personality. Meanwhile, director Quentin Tarantino defended the word's frequent use in the film, saying his goal was to tell a raw, honest story. In the end, Jackson's playful challenge left a lasting impression, one that Hamilton likely won't forget anytime soon. As we know, Candace Owens didn't hold back when discussing the trans debate. She made it clear. She refuses to use preferred pronouns because, to her, it's not about kindness, it's about truth. Owens believes mental health struggles should be treated with care, not forced acceptance. She compared it to someone with schizophrenia demanding to be called Superman.
And I'm actually staunchly conservative when it comes to the trans debate. And people say, oh, well, even if a person is trans, you should have the decency and the respect to call them by their preferred pronoun. I don't play that game. And what I always say to people is, if you have a mental disorder, that's fine. I don't need to come up to you and tell you that I think you have a mental disorder. That would be rude. Right. But when you have a mental disorder and you're now requiring that I have a mental disorder, right, to meet your mental disorder, that doesn't work for me. Which is to say that if somebody was walking around as a schizophrenic and saying that they were Superman and then telling me that I was required to treat them like Superman, I wouldn't play the game. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about trans. I think the slope is so slippery, and they find that to be bigotry. No, I'm not going to call you she. I'm not going to call you her just because you're a grown man and you're wearing a wig and a dress. That's literally telling me that I am now required to have a mental disorder because you have one.
Just because you believe something doesn't mean I have to, she said. In her view, expecting others to affirm an identity they don't share is a dangerous, slippery slope. She strongly opposed the idea that refusing pronouns is hateful. If a man identifies as a woman, that doesn't make him a she insisted. To her, words have meaning, and changing them to fit feelings is not the answer. She argued that forcing people to go along with what she sees as a disorder isn't acceptance, it's manipulation. Her stance was bold, controversial, and completely unwavering. Whether people agreed or not, Owens stood her ground, making it clear. She won't pretend to believe something just to make others comfortable. The next clip is one of the most savage moments of Dave Chappelle. Back in 2008, he sat down for an interview that now feels more revealing than ever. While discussing Blue Streak, he reflected on Martin Lawrence's success and the struggles that came with it. To Dave, Martin was proof that someone from DC could make it in Hollywood. But then, things took a dark turn. Chappelle recalled seeing Martin after he suffered a stroke. When he asked how he was doing, Martin's answer shocked him. "I got the best sleep I've ever had."
He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist?
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from DC to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, "What's going on with you, baby boy? What? We'd talk about comedy, whatever." And, you know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, "Oh my God, Martin, are you okay?" And he said, "I got the best sleep I ever got in my life." That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me"?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy, they're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
That's when Dave started asking bigger questions. What is really happening in Hollywood? He pointed out a disturbing pattern. Why was Martin Lawrence found on the street waving a gun, shouting that people were trying to kill him? Why did Mariah Carey sign a $100 million deal and then suddenly act out on live TV? Why did he feel the need to escape to Africa? Then Dave dropped the real truth. The worst thing to call someone is crazy. He rejected the idea that struggling actors are just losing it. Instead, he suggested something deeper. Maybe Hollywood isn't breaking people. Maybe it's already sick. Looking back, was Dave trying to warn us? Or are we just now catching up to what he already knew? Lastly, during an interview, Lil Wayne was asked about Black Lives Matter, and his response was blunt. He didn't hold back. "What do you mean?" he asked, looking confused. The interviewer explained that the movement was created to make sure people understood that Black Lives Matter. But to Wayne, the whole idea felt strange.
Backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on it. It's not a name, it's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for a reason. I am a young, black, rich.
I didn't know you had to put a name on it, he said. For him, the proof that Black Lives Matter was right in front of everyone. "I'm a young, black, rich man," he stated. If that doesn't show you that America understands Black Lives Matter, I don't know what does. He wasn't interested in political debates or movements. To Wayne, his own life experience was enough proof that success was possible, and he refused to believe otherwise. "Don't come at me with that," he said firmly. "My life matters, especially to me. His response shocked some and resonated with others. But one thing was clear. Lil Wayne wasn't following the crowd. He had his own view, and he wasn't afraid to say it, no matter how controversial it might be. Which moment was your favourite? Did these celebrities handle it right? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe.